All right, it's your boy City Youngin, my boy Brad,
What's happening?
and my cousin Aaron, and this is ABC. You know what I mean? Today we're just gonna do a couple reaction videos. So right now we got is our universe inside a black hole. So we're gonna react to this and see. You know, I guess it's some science type stuff. So me and the boys gonna react to see if there's anything to really react towards this. So I'm just like I said, we're just gonna be picking random stuff and we just go at it. Never seen the video, never played it before. We're just gonna do, you know what I mean, a raw reaction of, you know, how we feel about it. So let's jump right into it. This is our universe inside a black hole. Let's get it.
Evidence that our universe might exist inside a black hole? What's up with that? Well, let's back up for a moment, okay? And put some base information on the table. A black hole is a region of space and time where the strength of gravity is so high that light has no path to get out of the object. All paths through space-time curve back in on itself. Normally we think of a hole as a hole in the floor, and you fall through, come out the other side. Except it's a three-dimensional hole. You can fall in any direction. That edge, beyond which there's no return, we call the event horizon. It's a horizon. The universe has a horizon too. It is a distance beyond which no information can reach us because the universe isn't old enough for light from anything beyond that horizon to have gotten here yet. But by the way, the more mass is in a black hole, the bigger the black hole becomes. In fact, if you run the math on it, it's linear.
He's basically
So
saying like there's some light that
as
hasn't
massive,
even gotten through
another
yet,
one will be
Yeah, it's
and
not
it's
even
still
reached.
traveling.
10 times as massive.
That's crazy.
The event
Because you know, like
horizon,
the speed of
which is our
light,
practical
there's still light
definition
out there
of
still
the size of
traveling
the
to
black
get
hole,
to somewhere,
will be
and it hasn't
10
reached
times.
there yet.
There's a cool exercise we do
crazy.
in graduate school.
It's still
You
traveling.
can say, given the mass of the universe, how big would the black hole be that contained this much mass? It's the size of our universe to our horizon. And it's like, wait a minute, could we be one giant black hole? The average density of matter contained within the size of our cosmic horizon
93
matches
billion
right
light
on
years.
with what you get
See,
from
like
a black hole.
I'm not really a science person. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I mean, I am like in a small way, but when it comes to like the numbers and this and that and all these kg/m, I don't know what none of the density. What is even dense? What's dense? You know what I mean? Like, how do we even begin to
Kilograms by
even
mass.
learn these things? Like the distance. Like, they ain't got nobody out in space with a ruler or a fucking yardstick, just walking the fucking Milky Way and shit. Like,
They got that. They got that James Webb telescope or that new thingy they
Bruh,
just put
but
out
how do you even invent something to tell you how far the universe is? We don't even know. They're just giving you a.
That's
this
math.
Is just
I think
a
this is just
guesstimate.
math. This is like the math.
Bro.
They're just doing math on this or something.
Keep it real, cuz. There's no way. How do you even get to know these things? And there's no way you can be on point. You know that.
Well, they're just guessing. I mean, at this point,
I
don't know.
don't even think anybody really has went to space yet. Like, not like,
Bro,
that
people went
far.
to space.
bro. The two people was just trapped in space for what, 3 months or something? They said.
Yeah, they were in the orbit or whatever at the station.
And then they were back. They're back home now.
Yeah.
But it just seemed like they were never in space, though. The way that it ended, like, I don't know. It's weird. You got to watch it. Like, there's a lot of conspiracy behind it where people, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe it.
It's all weird. I don't know. And it was like, what, they were up there just having sex and like just like what, like they came back happy, bro. They came back happy. Did you see them?
That's because they were up there for too long. They weren't supposed to be up there for that
They
long.
were up there for
Originally.
a minute. They wasn't even supposed to survive at that point.
At that long, no. I'm not even sure how they kind of
Exactly.
Did.
How
Did they get
survive
food
that?
sent to them or like I don't know.
That's a hoax, bro. Just like when the first moon landing thing, I really believe like the first time the moon, Armstrong, I do believe that was fake. And there's a bunch of videos which show us that it was fake.
Oh no, I believe we went to the moon.
You believe it?
Yeah.
Because even the Simpsons said it was fake. And the Simpsons don't lie.
Oh yeah, well Simpsons is a cartoon.
That's intriguing. Maybe it's just
Intriguing.
a coincidence.
There's people that literally spend their whole career, their whole life trying to study
figure
this
this
stuff
stuff
How
out.
did that
So
work? Well, it turns out if you run the mathematics of Einstein's general theory of relativity into a black
And then you're
hole.
going,
It turns
and
out
then you're taking info from a man that I don't believe no one could even record. I don't know, like no one. Oh, we're gonna take a theory from Einstein and da da da. How?
They just build off of what he knew and just try to figure out new and.
How did he even figure this stuff out?
That's why I call him a genius. I mean, they'll call him a genius for
space-time
nothing.
opens up on the other side.
No, you're all right.
You look
It's
behind
crazy
you
that
and
we
the
even have
entire
like
future
TVs and
history
all
of the
this type of
universe
stuff anyway,
unfolds
as it is. That we can just
relative
do
to
what
your
we're doing
time.
right now
Exactly.
in
So
general.
the universe you came from basically ends.
Someone
The
out,
whole
someone out there
universe
figuring
opens
out the
up
right
in front
way.
Are we that universe that opened up in front of us? Okay, these are mind-bending questions.
Eczema
Yeah, we could be in a black hole. Who knows?
isn't always obvious.
Eczema
We gotta watch
isn't
the
always
commercial. I ain't
red.
gonna make us watch commercials.
But-
We're gonna skip them, but let's keep it going. I'm just being
Well,
real. Like this,
there's
when they
a
start
research
talking about
office
certain things,
that
I just
suggests
get
that
lost.
It's hard
a
to
little
believe.
bit.
It's hard to believe.
Of our
I know.
universe has sort of a net
The
rotation.
so now someone's
Well,
saying
that
the whole
becomes-
entire universe
so
is
in the
spinning, not
study,
just like, you know how you got
observe
your Milky
several
Ways
hundred
and then you got your solar
galaxies from
systems,
the best observing
and you got the us
directions
in the
we can
orbit
come
and
up
everything.
with,
We're just spinning
which is
around
above
the
the
star,
gold
which is the
plane.
sun,
I could see that. Yeah.
a giant
And
gas.
it noticed
I mean, I know
a
enough.
net
Because
rotation
I
of
like
spiral
science. I mean, I
galaxies
studied it when I
in
was
one
in that
direction
in classes
versus
with
the
that
other.
shit. Like
So
I
if you
actually
look at
paid attention to
spiral
certain things,
galaxies,
but it's just
if half of them sort of
It gets to a
rotate
point where
like
it's
that,
like
the
I
other
can't
half
understand.
like, how did y'all
anything
get
from
that
this
far
point.
to this?
the opposite way, then they kind of cancel.
You get what I'm saying?
But if most
Like, how
of
did
them
you
are
get to the point
rotating
where
in
now
the
you talking
same
about the
sense,
galaxy
the
and
same
Milky Way?
direction, then that there's a net angular momentum of the entire universe. So what did they find? That
Angular
2/3
momentum
of the
of
spiral
the entire
galaxies measured
universe.
rotated in the opposite direction as the Milky Way. So 2/3 is not 100%, but it's certainly more than half. We expect this to just be random. Normally in our lives, we think of something that rotates because some other force set it into motion to do so. And we look in the universe and everything is rotating, and then you ask, what force is making that happen? Turns out, all of our evidence suggests that when you make a galaxy or a star system or a star or a planet, there's some gas cloud that started it. If the gas cloud has any motion at all, the tiniest amount, as it collapses, its rotation will speed up. The gas cloud that was large, moving just a little, will move much faster as it gets smaller. And you know this already when you see ice skaters.
There's gonna be some
When an
scientists
ice
dude
skater
looking at us
spins
like
and
we're
they want to spin
stupid.
faster,
These guys
they
are
start
idiots. What are they even doing a
outstretched.
review of this for?
and they have a certain
Like,
rotation
you know what I'm saying?
speed by virtue.
Dummies reviewing
As
something
they
that
bring
just
their
they're
arms
past
in,
our
This is a
intelligence.
phenomenon of physics called the conservation of angular momentum. If you start out large, slowly rotating, and now you're half the size, you're going to be rotating twice as fast. If you're
Okay.
1/10 the size, you're going to be rotating 10 times as fast. Is that right? mv squared over r. Right? This is why everything in the universe
talking
has
about
some
MV
kind of
squared?
rotation. Because it's essentially impossible for any
That's some
large
type of
gas cloud
equation.
to not have motions within it to begin with. Often they're thermal motions. There's turbulence within the cloud before it sort of collapses to become something solid. Because of the turbulence within the clouds, there's no reason to think they would align with each other. They're each independent entities, so that when they collapse and the final product is spinning, there's no reason to think that the spin of this object is going to match up with the spin of an object over here. We have every reason to presume that there's no net spin direction of the universe or objects within it. So if we find and confirm that there is, we got to go back and ask, how could you get that, given our expectations of randomness? Well, that links to
That's
the
how I
idea
be
that
feeling.
we
I
might
feel
be
like
a
all
black
this should
hole.
just be random.
I thought we were
Motherfuckers
talking
just
about black
out there
Here's
holes,
why.
but then
There's only two
He's
kinds
talking about,
of information you can obtain that are preserved
basically just the
inside that black
universe
hole.
and
The
you know,
mass,
like,
the
you know,
mass, and the angular momentum.
basically.
I don't know.
Because anything falling in, if it falls in with a swirl, toilet bowl style,
It's our
Inside a black
universe
that
inside a black hole.
angular momentum continues into the black hole itself. If there's a net angular momentum of the universe, where did it come from?
Wait, was this supposed to go to you?
It's not obvious that
You
it
just had it?
come from a Big Bang, which is an explosion
Yeah,
in
you
all
can start over.
directions, statistically evenly, What could it be? Could we be a black hole with a net angular momentum of stuff that spiraled into us?
That is a good.
So
That
that's
is like
where
a
the black hole connects back to
good way to think of it.
whether the universe is rotating. So I look forward to
Like,
seeing
are
whether
we-
this result is confirmed
Like, do
or
we live in a
falsified.
black hole?
It's an intriguing result, and the number of
do
galaxies
you
was
think?
not very large, just a few hundred.
I don't know
And there are
because
billions
so
of
there's black
galaxies
holes
out
that
there.
exist
So
out
I'll
there.
reserve judgment until I see
So
what
is that
others
just like
publish on this subject. Anyhow,
He
that
said he
was
won't
what's
let it
another
up with
universe?
that
if you go
Whether or
to the
not
black hole,
we're
you're
living
basically
in a black
No
hole.
one's ever.
And if we were-
Boy,
What difference does it
you
make?
seen whatever happened on the
But
shows
it's
on
fun to talk
TV when
about.
people go to black holes or fucking.
They like
Star
get-
Trek? Yeah.
They get
Black
sucked
hole,
the fuck out.
fucking alarm starts wailing and shit.
Doesn't. Check out
Yeah,
the new
I
season
don't
of
know.
Secrets.
I don't know. Black hole? Are we in a black hole? I don't know.
Channel.
Maybe, but I don't understand how we could be
It's
in a black hole.
it is. It's a good thought because like anything is impossible. I mean, anything's possible. Damn, it's a brain fart for real. It puts you in a.
Yeah, you
You,
never
you
even
do
wouldn't
think
even
about it like your
that.
mind's telling you possible, but then your mind's telling you like what?
Wow.
Like,
He
what?
is someone that doesn't really,
I don't like even.
look
like,
into
start
science
to,
and,
like, yeah.
study it and all that shit. Like,
I think it's the math
You're
part.
definitely gonna look
There's
at
just
it
some
like,
people
what
that
the
know
fuck?
math. They just know how to math. You know, math. They
I
just
mean,
know
shit, man.
numbers
Living in
and
a
how to
black hole is
calculate.
Yeah, I just the for me growing up, a black hole was always something. If you get sucked in it, there's no coming back.
Yeah, that was it.
Hey, no, that's it. You're done.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even know where you went. Like, you don't even know where you at. It's just you're lost. You lost.
You're gone.
Completely lost. Like, that's going. I feel like going there, a black hole, and get sucked in, or whatever the hell might happen, possibly, which probably never happened until like maybe 200, 2000, 200 something.
Yeah, it's something
When we
that
got
far
flying
future.
spaceships, and
Yeah,
we're living in space or something. Space.
That'd be awesome.
I seen that they were gonna
That'd be
make
awesome.
something where oh, I gotta fix the camera real fast. We might have to switch the camera onto something else. Put it onto the white one or something. But I don't know. That's a sticky topic to really like touch on and kind of like really give my opinion. It's something I really got to sit down and do a little bit more research in science and stuff.
I know
I
nothing.
need
I know nothing.
a simpler, almost like a even simpler explanation of what he's talking about.
Yeah, I have no idea. But that is, you know, if our universe is in a black hole, or what is it?
If we
Is our universe
universe.
inside a black hole, basically. That's so. You know what I mean? I hope you guys enjoyed our little review and our little take on all of it. We're not really like science people,
we try.
so you're gonna get a normal people's opinion on this. So this is what you expect when you see normal people watching. All right,
I
yo.
don't get it.